All right, so you want to dive into the life of this Rocky Johnson guy, not just as The Rock's dad, but like the whole damn story.
Yeah, Rocky Johnson, most people just know him as The Rock's old man.
Right, The Rock's dad. Big fucking deal, right? But we're here to dig deeper. We got articles, wrestling history books, the whole 9 yards to figure out what made this dude tick.
It's a pretty wild story, actually. Way more than just The Rock's dad.
All right, lay it on me. What kind of shit are we talking about?
I mean, we got championships, family secrets, legal battles, all that juicy stuff.
Legal battles, Dan. All right, so we're not messing around here. Let's start at the beginning. Where the hell did this guy come from?
Well, he wasn't always Rocky Johnson. He was born Wade Douglas Bowles in Amherst, Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. You serious? That's like the last place you'd expect a wrestler to come from.
Right. But his family history there is insane. He was a descendant of black loyalists who escaped plantations in the U.S. after the American Revolution, ended up in Canada fighting for their freedom.
Escaping plantations. Fuck, that's hardcore. No wonder the dude was tough. But how do you go from Nova Scotia to, like, body slamming people for a living?
He moved to Toronto when he was 16, and get this, he started training as a boxer.
A boxer? I thought we were talking about wrestling.
Yeah, but he was sparring with some heavy hitters, like Muhammad Ali and George Foreman.
Holy shit, sparring with Ali. This guy's got balls.
But wrestling was his true calling, you know. That's when Wade Bowles became Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson, huh? Catchy name. I can see why he went with that.
It was a tribute to two boxing legends, Rocky Marciano and Jack Johnson.
Smart move. Got a badass name in the world of wrestling. So where did he get his start?
He started making waves in the National Wrestling Alliance, or NWA, back in the 60s and 70s. Faced off against some legendary wrestlers.
Like who? Give me some names.
Guys like Terry Funk and Harley Race. Top contenders fighting for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Funk and Race, huh? Those dudes were animals in the ring. So Rocky was going up against the best from the get-go.
Oh, yeah. He was known for his strength, his athleticism, and he had this devastating dropkick. Fans loved him, man.
Sounds like he was a natural. But did he ever win any championships?
He won tag team championships all over the country. He had this knack for working with different partners, and the crowds ate it up.
So the guy was a team player, too. Anything else about his early career that stands out?
He wrestled in Memphis, had this legendary feud with Jerry the King Lawler. Those two were constantly at each other's throats.
Lawler. The King, right. Wasn't he like the top dog in Memphis?
Exactly. They had some legendary matches full of drama and animosity. Rocky even stole Lawler's crown at one point.
Stole his crown. Damn, that's cold. All right, so this Rocky guy, he's not just some wrestler. He's a showman, a rebel. He's got that it factor.
Absolutely. And he wasn't afraid to push boundaries, especially when it came to race. We're talking about the 60s and 70s here, a time when racial tensions were high.
Right, so how do you navigate all that?
With talent, charisma, and a whole lot of guts. He even wrestled under a mask for a while as Sweet Ebony Diamond.
A masked wrestler. What was that about?
It was partly to play with his identity, add another layer to his persona, but his story really takes off when he jumps to the WWF.
The WWF, now we're talking big leagues. That's where the real money's at.
Exactly, and that's when he teams up with Tony Atlas. They form the Soul Patrol.
The Soul Patrol. Love it. So what kind of damage did they do in the WWF?
More than just damage, they made history. In 1983, they became the first black tag team champions in WWE history.
Holy shit. The first black tag team champions. Now that's a legacy.
It was a huge moment.
Yeah, no kidding. This Rocky Johnson, he wasn't just a wrestler, he was a pioneer.
He broke barriers, paved the way for other black wrestlers.
All right, so we got championships, we got history, we got drama. What else is there to this guy's story?
Oh, man, there's a lot more. We haven't even touched on his family life, his legal troubles.
It sounds like we got a lot more digging to do.
Oh.
So Rocky's making history in the WWF, first black tag team champs, that's huge. But you mentioned some shit going down outside the ring. What kind of chaos are we talking about?
Oh, you're about to enter the world of Rocky's personal life? Hold on tight.
Hit me with it. What's the dirt?
Think marriages, secret kids, the whole 9 yards of drama.
Wait, secret kids? How many fucking kids did this guy have?
He had 2 with his first wife, Una Sparks.
Okay, 2 kids. That's normal. Right?
Yeah, but then he meets Ada Maivia.
Maivia. Ring a bell.
She's the daughter of High Chief Peter Maivia, another wrestling legend. They have Dwayne The Rock in 72.
All right, so the plot thickens. What about the first wife?
Well, Una, she was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, so religion's going to play a role in this whole mess, huh?
She gives Rocky an ultimatum.
An ultimatum? What, like choose between her and wrestling?
Pretty much. Her faith didn't exactly vibe with all the violence in the ring.
Damn. Talk about a tough choice. Love or passion, huh?
What'd he do?
He went with wrestling. Divorced Una, married Ada.
So Rocky chooses the ring over the wife.
Seems like it. But even that marriage went south in 2003.
No happy ending for Rocky. Not exactly. But hold on, because here's the kicker. Remember those secret kids I mentioned?
Yeah, the ones you just casually dropped on us. Fill me in, man.
So in 2022, Sports Illustrated, they dropped this bomb. DNA testing reveals Rocky had 5 more kids.
5 more. Holy shit. This guy's busy.
From different relationships. Paula Parsons, Trevor Edwards, Lisa Purbs, Adrian Bowles, and Aaron Fowler.
A whole secret family tree popping up out of nowhere.
Pretty much. Some of them actually reached out to him before he passed, got the DNA tests, even met him.
Damn, that's some real-life soap opera shit right there.
You said it.
So we got championships, family drama. What else went down with this guy?
Oh, man. There's the legal trouble, remember?
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. What was that all about?
In 1987, he gets hit with rape charges.
Rape? That's heavy. What happened?
He claimed he was set up by rival wrestlers, said they were trying to sabotage his career.
Damn, wrestling's a cutthroat business.
It led to him being blacklisted, struggling with alcohol. His relationship with Dwayne took a hit. Rough times.
So even the toughest guys had their demons.
You got it. His life was a mixed bag, full of contradictions, but he left a mark on wrestling that can't be ignored.
All right, so we've covered the family drama, the legal shit, but let's get back to the wrestling. What made his style so unique? What set him apart from the rest of those meatheads? So we've covered Rocky's crazy life, the championships, the family drama, the legal shit. But let's get back to the wrestling. What made this guy a legend in the ring?
Well, Rocky was a powerhouse. You watch his matches, and it's all strength and athleticism.
So he wasn't just some dumb musclehead. He actually had some skill.
Oh, yeah, he was a technician. He had this signature drop kick, could knock the wind right out of ya.
A drop kick, huh? Sounds painful.
Huh.
What about his punches? Did he pack a wallop?
Like a truck, known for it.
A drop kick and a knockout punch.
Yeah.
Man, this guy was a walking highlight reel. So what about his finishing move? What was his go-to to put those jabronis away?
The Boston Crab.
The Boston Crab. Never heard of it.
It's a submission hold, targets the legs and back. Brutal.
Sounds like it. So who brought out the best in him? Who are some of his biggest rivals?
Well, in the NWA, he had some legendary feuds.
Okay, give me some names. Who pushed him to the limit?
Freddie Blassie, classy Freddie Blassie, the Destroyer, Big Buyer, and John Tolos, the Golden Greek, some of the toughest guys in the business.
Yeah, those guys were no joke. So Rocky wasn't afraid of a challenge.
Not at all.
What about his feud with Jerry Lawler in Memphis? You mentioned that before. What made it so special?
Those two were like fire and gasoline. Lawler the king, he was a master on the mic, and Rocky could hold his own when it came to riling up the crowd.
So it was more than just the wrestling. It was a battle of personalities, a clash of egos.
You got it.
Did it ever get out of control?
Oh yeah, their matches sometimes spilled outside the ring. Real heat there. Remember that whole crown stealing incident?
I thought that was wild.
That wasn't just for show. Lawler was pissed.
So you're telling me they took it personally?
Absolutely. It's that realness that makes wrestling so compelling, and you can see how that influenced Dwayne.
Yeah. The Rock definitely learned from the best.
Rocky didn't just pass down his genes, he passed down a whole legacy.
Right, a legacy that goes beyond championships and rivalries.
Rocky was a pioneer for black wrestlers. Don't forget, this was a time when wrestling was a white man's world. His success changed that.
So he broke down barriers, opened doors for other black wrestlers to follow.
Absolutely. Guys like Ron Simmons, Booker T, even The Rock himself, they all owe a debt to guys like Rocky Johnson.
He paved the way, showed them it was possible.
He was more than just a wrestler, he was a symbol, a testament to what can happen when you don't let society tell you what you can and can't do.
Well said. So what's the takeaway here? What's Rocky Johnson's lasting legacy?
It's complicated, like the man himself. Champion, trailblazer, flawed individual. He made his mistakes, but he left a mark on wrestling that can't be denied.
He was a real person, not just some character. And that's what makes his story so interesting.
Exactly. In a world of scripted drama, real life can be even wilder.
Rocky Johnson's life was one hell of a ride. Triumphs, tragedies, and a whole lot of ass-kicking in between.
And just like any good wrestling match, it leaves you wanting more.
So to our listeners, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of Rocky Johnson. We just scratched the surface.
There's a ton more info out there waiting to be discovered. Go do some digging yourselves.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.